I'm gonna be real with you. Most guys have no idea what's actually going on in the bedroom. You think everything is going great. The sound she's making, the way she's moving, it all seems perfect, just like you've seen in the movies. But what if it's all a performance? What if the insane passion you think you're seeing is just an illusion? It's a crazy thought, but it's a reality a lot of men are facing and they don't even know it. Let's just get straight to it. The research is clear. A huge majority of women have faked it. Some studies say it's around 68%, but others say it's even more common. Now, this isn't about blaming her, and it's definitely not a sign that you're failing. It's about this crazy mix of psychology and pressure that makes her feel like she has to put on a show. This kind of doubt can destroy intimacy. It builds insecurity and creates distance. But what if you could learn to read the signals? What if you could understand the silent language of her body that speaks way louder than any sound she could ever make? In this video, I'm going to literally pull back the curtain and show you the 7 undeniable body language signs that she might be faking it. This isn't about being a detective or trying to catch her in a lie. This is about you becoming a more aware, more attentive, and just a better partner. It's about seeing past the performance so you can have a connection that's actually real for both of you. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn is going to change how you see intimacy forever, Missy. All right, before we dive into the signs, it's so important to understand why this even happens. If you think she's faking it just to mess with you, you're missing the bigger picture. I'm telling you, in most cases, it's not malicious at all. In fact, it usually comes from a place of trying to care for you. The number one reason women fake it is to protect their partner's feelings. Think about it. A lot of women are raised to be nurturers, to put everyone else's feelings first. She sees your pleasure and your ego as connected, and she's scared that if she doesn't finish, you'll feel rejected, or like you did something wrong. In her head, faking it feels kinder than the awkwardness of admitting she's not there. Another big reason is just to end it. If she's tired, or not comfortable, or just not in the right headspace, faking it can feel like the easiest way out. It's an exit strategy that avoids a difficult conversation when you're both feeling vulnerable. This is especially true if you guys don't have that open communication about what she really needs. And then there's the insane pressure to perform. Movies and porn have created this totally unrealistic idea of what sex is supposed to be. This script says it has to be mind-blowing every time, with loud theatrical orgasms from penetration alone. The reality? Only a tiny fraction of women, something like 18%, can consistently get there from intercourse without direct clitoral stimulation. When her reality doesn't match that fantasy, she might feel broken, and faking it is a way to hide her own insecurity. Understanding this is the first step. It changes the game from, she's lying to me, to, we're not connected in a way that makes her feel safe enough to be honest. With that in mind, let's get to the signs. Sign number 1. The breathing is a little too perfect. This one is so simple you're going to think I'm crazy, but it's one of the hardest things to fake. A genuine orgasm literally hijacks the entire body, and that includes breathing. During real arousal, her breathing gets faster, ragged, and totally irregular. You'll hear these sharp inhales and breathless pants that are completely out of her control. A fake, on the other hand, sounds way more controlled. Her breathing might speed up, but it doesn't have that chaotic, messy quality. The sounds she makes won't really sync up with her breath. It feels disconnected. If her breathing stays pretty even or just sounds like a deliberate performance instead of a real physical reaction, that's a major red flag. Pay attention. Is it authentic and all over the place, or is it a little too perfect and rhythmic? The truth is in the air she's breathing. Sign number 2, the performance is straight out of a movie porn, has given us this very specific and, let's be real, very misleading script for what an orgasm looks like. Loud screaming, theatrical thrashing, perfect timing. I'm telling you, real orgasms are often messier. They can be awkward and don't always look pretty. If her orgasm looks like it was choreographed, you should be skeptical. Are the sounds she's making generic and over the top, like something from an adult film? Are her movements big and dramatic, but without any real, uncontrolled power behind them? A real orgasm often involves involuntary muscle spasms and facial expressions that are definitely not sexy. If it seems like she's more focused on putting on a great show for you instead of just being lost in her own body, that's a huge tell. It's a paradox. The more it looks like a perfect movie scene orgasm, the less likely it is to be real. Sign number 3, the climax is suspiciously convenient. Timing is everything. On average, women take longer to get there than men, often 15 to 20 minutes. A real female orgasm needs that buildup of tension. So here's a massive tell. The orgasm that happens way too fast, or always, without fail, at the exact same moment you do. I mean, simultaneous orgasms can happen, but they're rare. They're not the rule. If it happens every single time, the odds are just insanely low. It's way more likely that it's a performance timed for convenience, either to make you feel amazing or just to signal that it's over. An orgasm that comes out of nowhere, without that clear buildup in her breathing and body tension, is another warning sign. If she goes from 0 to 100 in seconds, especially right as you're about to finish, you gotta question it. Sign number 4, her body language after is all wrong. The moments right after an orgasm are incredibly telling. A real orgasm floods the body with hormones that lead to deep relaxation, sensitivity, and wanting to be close. Her muscles, which were super tense, will suddenly go limp. Her body will feel heavy. You might see a flush on her face and chest from all the blood flow. Her pupils will be dilated, and she might seem kind of dazed or out of it. The fake aftermath is totally different. If her body stays tense, or if she immediately wants to get up, clean up, or just pull away, that's a sign. Does she immediately start talking in perfect sentences like nothing even happened? A woman who just had a powerful, genuine orgasm is often not able to do that for a minute. If she avoids eye contact and just gives you a quick, almost rehearsed, "That was amazing," before she rolls over, her body is telling a completely different story than her words. Sign number 5. Her eyes and face give it away. The face is like a map of real emotion, and it's almost impossible to fake the micro-expressions of intense pleasure. During a real orgasm, her facial expression is completely uncontrolled. Her eyes might roll back, squeeze shut, or get that unfocused, dazed look. And like I said, her pupils will probably be huge, a physical response you just can't fake. On the other hand, if she's faking, her eyes are a dead giveaway. She might avoid looking at you at that key moment because she knows she can't fake the look. Or even worse, her eyes might be too focused on you, watching for your reaction instead of being lost in her own experience. Her face might look strained, like she's acting instead of feeling. Trust what you see in her face. It almost never lies. Sign number 6. There are no involuntary muscle contractions. This is maybe the most undeniable physical sign of them all. A real orgasm involves a series of involuntary muscle contractions down there in the pelvic floor. If you're inside her, you can often literally feel these rhythmic pulses or spasms. It's a fluttering or clenching that is totally out of her conscious control. On top of that, a real orgasm can set off other involuntary movements. Her toes might curl up, her back might arch off the bed, her hands might grip you or the sheets with surprising strength. Her whole body might even shake. If you don't feel any of those contractions, and her body seems pretty still, or her movements just feel voluntary and controlled, it's a massive indicator that what you're seeing is a conscious performance, not a real physiological event. As they say, you can't fake the shake. Think about that. Sign number 7, she's directing the scene, not experiencing the moment. Think about where her focus is. When a person is truly lost in a moment of pleasure, their focus is internal. They're tuned into the sensations in their own body. A woman who is faking it is doing the exact opposite. Her focus is external. She's managing the scene. She's worried about how she sounds, how she looks, and most of all, how you are reacting. Is she constantly glancing at your face to see if you're buying it? Is she changing her moans based on what seems to be working for you? This hyper-awareness of you is a crazy sign that she's not lost in the moment at all. It's like someone genuinely laughing at a joke versus someone forcing a laugh to be polite. One is a real, involuntary reaction. The other is a calculated social move. If it feels like she is producing and directing this whole scene for an audience of one, you, then it's likely a performance. Okay, so you've recognized some of these signs. What now? I'm telling you, the absolute worst thing you can do is confront her and say, "You're faking it, aren't you?" That will only lead to shame, denial, and it'll just break down all the trust. It solves nothing and makes everything worse. Remember the why. She's probably not trying to hurt you. So the solution isn't about confrontation, it's about connection and communication. Your goal is to create an environment where she feels so safe and so desired that she doesn't feel the need to fake it anymore. First, you have to open up communication, but do it outside the bedroom. Don't bring it up right after sex. Pick a relaxed, neutral time. Frame it with I statements about your desire for mutual pleasure. Say something like, "I've been thinking about us, and I want to make sure I'm doing everything I can to make you feel amazing. Your pleasure is really important to me, and I'd love to know more about what really works for you." This isn't asking, "Are you faking it?" It's asking, "How can I please you better?" You see what I mean? Second, become a student of her body. Change your goal from making her orgasm to exploring her pleasure. That takes the pressure off both of you. Pay attention to her real signals. When you touch her a certain way, does her breathing actually change? Does she press into your hand? Follow those cues. Ask questions during. Simple stuff like, "Does this feel good?" Or "Softer or harder?" Makes a world of difference. It becomes a team effort, not a test. Third, expand your definition of sex. Remember what I said. For most women, penetration alone isn't the magic ticket. Prioritize foreplay. Spend more time on manual and oral stuff, not just as a warm-up, but as a celebrated part of your time together. When you show her that you value all the ways she can experience pleasure, you remove the pressure for her to climax during intercourse, which, crazily enough, makes it more likely to happen. Recognizing these signs is not about winning some game or proving a point. It's about being a more attentive lover. It's about choosing a real connection over a perfect performance. Faking it is just a symptom of a deeper problem, a communication gap and pressure to live up to some crazy ideal. By understanding why she does it and learning to read her body's subtle language, you can start to tear down those pressures. You can build trust where she feels safe enough to be vulnerable, to guide you, and to share what she really needs without being afraid of hurting your feelings. And that is the foundation of a truly amazing and connected sex life. It's not about getting a perfect performance. It's about sharing a real moment. So, how many of these did you recognize? I actually want to know. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these signs you've seen. Your comment might literally help some other guy out there realize what's going on. And if this video helped you, and you want to learn more secrets about attraction and confidence, smash that subscribe button. Attractiveness as a partner is so much bigger than just one thing. It's in noticing the little details. It's in creating a space for honesty. These are not just theories, they are real patterns of human behavior. Once you learn to read the signals, you can walk through the world with a new kind of confidence, knowing you've learned the language.